Hello to all from Greek radio operator save ship in Bermuda Triangle by autopilot according Einstein twin paradox in gravity use UFO to move. I explain one more today 2025 year December 17 December clock local time in Greece 2200 universal time 2000. We start the best. I explain my story, I speak my story the best to Nick Hunter English speak first language. Very good listen his. We start with Nick Hunter speak 1 hour 2 3 minutes, and then with TikTok. We'll buy the book, The Einstein Dreams, read all book and mainly page 27. The best book to understand how reflex reaction reduced. Pilots see cobas return quickly, but really bodies go slowly. Einstein twin paradox. You see UFO Chronicles, episodium EP 341. Just a moment, and then I put from TikTok ahí future God, and in Spanish video, also Triángulo de las Bermudas Testimonio, YouTube Cronoteca Prohibita.
A secondary role, but crucial in ensuring aviation safety. That's why I say to
at least 2,000-3,000 feet above us. The pass right over the top of us. 911. You guys good there? You were just called about the UFOs this way? Mm-hmm. They're out there.
Bob, I swear to God, 4 calls in on an unidentified object over Liberty.
4 calls.
4 calls on unidentified flying object.
All right, man, take a look. All right, we'll check it out.
Welcome to UFO Chronicles, a place where people share their experiences of the strange and unexplained. If you've had an encounter and would like to be on the show, you can email me at ufochronicles@gmail.com.
Kindly listen a little, Nick Hunter.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. How are you all? And this is the UFO Chronicles podcast. Tonight's guest comes to us from Athens in Greece. And in this first-hand account, Greek radio operator Polo Spentos recounts an extraordinary encounter in the heart of the Bermuda Triangle aboard the merchant vessel MV POTHITI in the autumn of 1978. Polo and his crew witnessed a large glowing cloud-wrapped object and 2 small orbs above the Atlantic, and then something far stranger. Time itself began to unravel. Mechanical clocks spun out of control. Quartz watches lagged. Communication systems failed. And the crew's bodies slowed as if trapped in a gravitational field. In this deeply technical testimony, Polo links his experience not to fantasy, but to Einstein's relativity and the infamous twin paradox, drawing parallels to other disappearances like that of pilot Frederick Valentich. Due to Polo's first language being Greek, his testimony has been translated and voiced in English for clarity and accessibility. This is not a story of lights in the sky. It's a case of measurable, documented time distortion aboard a real ship told by the man who lived it. Polo is up next. But first, if you enjoy the show and you would like to help support the podcast on Patreon, you can do this for as little as $1 a month. Head on over to patreon.com/UFO Chronicles Podcast. You can also find a link in the description of this episode. Any help is very much appreciated. Now, on with the show.
Bermuda Triangle UFO USO incident. Autumn 1978, Greek radio operator testimony, MV POTHITI. Introduction, background, and first anomalies. This is my experience in the Bermuda Triangle with UFOs and USOs in the autumn of 1978. What I describe here is both an observation and a scientific explanation. The day after it happened, I transmitted a TTT safety message on the 500 kilohertz frequency, warning all nearby ships. Attention! If you observe that your gyrocompasses, inertial navigation systems, and even your wind-up mechanical clocks and chronometers start running extremely fast, take heed. Because when that happens, the opposite effect begins inside the human body. Reflexes slow down, metabolism lags, reactions become delayed. This is a sign of gravitational interference, specifically the kind described by Einstein in the twin paradox, a form of gravitational time dilation caused by intense mass or acceleration. In our case, this gravitational influence came from UFOs and USOs, unidentified flying and submerged objects that passed dangerously close to our ship in the Bermuda Triangle. The incident took place just 3 nautical miles from our position. At the same time, on the other side of the world, something eerily similar was happening. In Victoria, Australia, pilot Frederick Valentich and his Cessna VH-DSJ went missing after reporting a UFO on October 21st, 1978. I'm writing this down for the record and to share with you, especially since you, Nick, are someone who understands these topics. I don't know if you meant I should send a formal report or just my memories, but I've decided to send everything as it actually happened. Because when journalists try to tell these stories, they often edit them, cut out key parts, and even add things that never happened. This is not entertainment. It's a matter of safety. If you feel this could help people, you are free to publish it however you see fit. The more people who know the truth, the more lives and property can be saved. Please forgive me if I'm taking up your space or time. I connect these events with others that are known to the public, and I believe it's important to speak plainly. This is not just an account of strange lights. What happened that day matches real physics, Einstein's relativity, the twin paradox, and gravitational time dilation. And it began, for me, as the Greek radio operator aboard the cargo vessel MV POTHITI, registry code SWJC, flying under the Greek flag. I was the ship's Marconi, the term used for radio officers. This happened in early November 1978, during a routine journey in the Atlantic. Our ship had just departed from several ports in Cuba, Puerto Nuevitas, Puerto Matanzas, and Puerto Cardenas, carrying a full load of bagged sugar, 50-kilo sacks. We were en route to Algeria, with a stop planned in Las Palmas, Canary Islands. The POTHITI was a 12,000-ton freighter operating as both a cargo and postal ship, owned by the Colinsis Marine Company out of Piraeus. Everything was normal. Calm seas, clear skies, perfect visibility. At the end of October 1978, our ship began loading sugar at the Cuban ports I mentioned. But around the world that year, UFO and USO sightings were everywhere. Here are just a few that I later connected to our experience. Poland, 1978, Emelson incident, widely reported UFO landing. New Zealand, 1978, Kaikoura lights, filmed by news crew. Australia, 1978, Frederick Valentich disappears mid-flight. Canada, 1978, RCMP officer reports UFO sighting. That autumn, the world was full of unexplained aerial phenomena, not just lights in the sky, but objects interacting with planes and ships. Back aboard the POTHITI, we had a television in the crew lounge, the smoke room, that picked up American channels via long-distance radio signals. We were watching news footage showing scenes from Florida. Drivers, men and women, talking about how at 3 p.m. they looked up and saw two large glowing objects above them, about 300 feet in the air. They described them as resembling two moons. But here's the part that really struck me. Although only a couple of hours had passed in real time, their heartbeats were recorded at 600 beats per minute, and they were disoriented. Their minds hadn't caught up to their bodies. They later underwent hypnosis to recover missing time. But I didn't need hypnosis. I had seen it before, Einstein's time distortion in action. The media in the US framed these cases as psychological, lost time, hypnosis, fantasy. But no one brought in a physicist to say, this is gravitational time dilation, this is the twin paradox, this is relativity. I remember screaming at the TV, where are your scientists? Why hasn't anyone explained this as a time dilation event? You've got physicists at NASA, not just psychiatrists. But it fell on deaf ears. I paced around the lounge in frustration, shocked that no one in America had drawn the connection to Einstein. Departure from Cuba, time distortion, and first signs of interference. We left Cuba in the late afternoon, fully loaded. The next morning as we sailed, the captain handed me the standard departure telegrams. Then he asked something unusual. Not about the weather. The sea was calm, with no wind, and a perfectly clear sky. But about the barometer. He was concerned the reading from the bridge barometer was off. He asked me to check the atmospheric pressure from the weather bulletin. So I climbed up to the bridge. As soon as I looked outside, I had this strange impression. The ship, a 12,000-ton freighter, looked like it was moving incredibly fast, as if it were a speedboat. And yet, our top speed was barely 11 knots. Something felt off. I went down to the deck and watched the bow cut through the water like a dolphin. The waves parted in a way I'd never seen before. The visual speed didn't match what engines were capable of. I wasn't the only one. Many sailors over the years have described this same illusion of speed when in the presence of unidentified flying or submerged objects. One of our boatswains later died, likely from radiation exposure. Others fainted during previous encounters. Some crew who had stepped near a landed USO described strange after effects. They didn't find any hatches or doors, but when they stood too close, they lost feeling in their lower bodies for 2 or 3 days. Most crew developed bright red eyes with no visible whites and fevers of 40 degrees Celsius, 104 degrees Fahrenheit, which lasted for a day or two. Several ships in the area, the Anna Maria, Harmonia, possibly the Arrow, owned by Onassis, Scapwind, and Horizon, reported similar issues: radiation exposure, temporary paralysis, and strange fatigue. I mention all this as a warning. Don't look at the craft, don't approach them. The radiation is real. Back in the radio room, I started noticing more anomalies. I turned on the shortwave receiver and began scanning the standard frequencies. Every transmission I picked up was incredibly fast, like someone had hit fast forward on the world. Just one sharp, fast beep after another. Even the time signals were distorted. I realized the shortwave stations could hear me extremely slowly, while I was hearing them extremely fast. The difference was so drastic, I couldn't make normal contact. I couldn't send or receive messages from European coast stations like Athens, SVB, Portishead, GKB, Hamburg, or Madrid, EAD. I couldn't get through to American stations like WCC, WSL, or WNU in New Orleans. Not even the Halifax weather broadcast, CS. I tried switching to the medium wave band, 500 kilohertz, hoping to catch an SOS ship message to log, but all I heard was high-speed Morse, QRQ1000. That's code level fast, 1,000 character per minute mess. At the same time, if they were hearing me at all, they would have been hearing me at QRS10. Absurdly slow. Something was seriously wrong. At around 10:30 a.m. local time, I sat frozen at the radio, not knowing what to say to the captain. I couldn't get weather data, and I couldn't send the departure telegrams. I heard the second officer blaming me on the bridge. The Marconi operator messed up the chronometer. That's why we can't calculate our position. I jumped into the chart room where our mechanical marine chronometer was kept. I had been adjusting it every night. I told the captain, "Sir, look at the chronometer log. I've been correcting it consistently. It gains exactly 2 seconds every 24 hours. Perfectly stable." He trusted me. He was one of the most democratic captains I ever sailed with. He came from Kimmy, and we all respected him, not out of fear, but because he was fair. He looked.
Thank you, Nick Hunter. You listen, Nick Hunter explain. American drivers speak missing time, lost in time, 2 hours, drivers, and flashback hypnosis. United States, very technician, all, superpower. But why only Hollywood and flashback hypnosis? I explain at once, this is Einstein, time variable, Einstein. Just in physics, 14 years old, I teach that. In small village, in my village. No other, but no government speak about truth. Anyway, now try to thank you English speak, English reporters English speak to or TikTok or Nick Hunter podcast. I try many years in Greek, but Greek televisions and journalists very low standard. They just copy from English. No like to listen one Siemens. I remind this is UFO Chronicles Episodium 341. UFO Chronicles Ep 341. The MV POTHITI incident. The best. Listen all this 1 hour, 2-3 minutes. I try now found from TikTok AI Future God. Very good. TikTok or found here or from my mobile phone, if not in tablet. I try first in tablet.
What if the 5 Navy bombers that vanished in the Bermuda Triangle in 1940 only discovered today with their crews still alive?
5 aircrafts, 5 gyro compass and magnetic compass return quickly. Bodies go slow from gravity from UFO. UFO use gravity to move. Very clear about that. See all. Plantier, France, Plantier Force Theory 1953. Analyze this force is like gravity, Santorini's Pavlos, famous physics. Researchers from modern radar, centimeter radar, due German and English radar meters. Radar Santorini's centimeters. Los attend some ways Germany, los attend kamikaze. And other many. Missiles and the missiles Niki. And Napalm. Sorry. AI Future God now from TikTok. AI Future God. Try now to. Okay, I found me from AI Future God. Thank you, English speak. Listen now, AI Future God. Thank you, English speak. I try English.
Day in the mysterious waters of the Bermuda Triangle. Polycarpos Spences, a seasoned Greek merchant mariner, stands at his post aboard the MV Porphyri. With decades of experience as a radio operator, he's seen pretty much everything the sea can throw at him. Or so he thought. What happened next would not only change his life forever, but eventually lead him down an unexpected path into Greek politics. Strange, right? Well, stick with me because this story is about to get even stranger. That day, the impossible unfolded before his eyes. A massive object, silent, began emerging from the depths of the Bermuda Triangle. Now, we're not talking about a submarine or a whale here. This was something entirely different. The most unnerving part? Every single electronic device on the ship suddenly went dead. Complete silence, total failure. For many, this would have been just another unexplained maritime tale. Something to share over drinks at port. But for Spence's, this sighting was different. It was like watching a theory come to life right before his eyes. You see, he'd been familiar with the work of Professor Palos Santorinus, a Greek physicist who had been studying these kinds of phenomena. What Spence's witnessed that day seemed to perfectly align with Santorinus' research. This experience didn't just leave him with an incredible story. It gave him a mission. Fast forward to 2023 and you'd find Polycarpos Spence's doing something completely unexpected, running for the Greek parliament. And here's the kicker. He made his encounter in the Bermuda Triangle a central part of his campaign platform. Now think about that for a moment. How many politicians do you know who would base their campaign on an encounter with an unidentified submerged object? It takes some serious conviction to stand up and say, hey, I saw something extraordinary, and I believe it's important enough to bring to national attention. From the mysterious waters of the Bermuda Triangle to the halls of Greek politics, Spence's journey reminds us that sometimes the most unexpected experiences can lead us down paths we never imagined. It's a story that challenges us to keep an open mind about what's possible, both in the depths of our oceans and in the realm of public service. This isn't just a tale about an unusual sighting. It's about having the courage to stand by what you believe in, even when it goes against the grain. And sometimes that's exactly what we need in our leaders. People who aren't afraid to speak their truth no matter how extraordinary it might seem. Picture this. A calm day in the mysterious
Thank
waters of
you,
the
I
Bermuda
Future
Triangle.
God. And we have one more with I Future.
Listen carefully, because what I'm about to share could save your life, especially if you're someone who operates any kind of vehicle. This isn't your typical safety warning. It's based on a remarkable discovery from a 70-year-old veteran maritime radio operator who experienced something that science is only beginning to understand. Let's be clear, this isn't about ghost stories or paranormal activity. This is about real physical science, specifically Einstein's proven principle of gravitational time dilation. For those unfamiliar, this principle shows that intense gravity can actually slow down time. It's not science fiction. It's a verified phenomenon that affects even our GPS satellites. Now here's where it gets serious. We've all heard about UFOs, or as they're now called, UAPs. But what many don't realize is that these objects, if they exist, might be using powerful artificial gravity fields for propulsion. These fields could create what scientists call time bubbles, areas where time literally moves at a different speed. Here's the dangerous part. If you're driving or flying and encounter one of these fields, you could enter a zone where your movements and reactions are dramatically slowed down, but you wouldn't even realize it's happening. Imagine trying to react to a sudden obstacle, but your body is moving through molasses while your mind thinks everything is normal. It's a recipe for disaster. The maritime operator's personal experience is chilling. During an encounter, he found himself unable to send Morse code at his usual speed, something he'd done flawlessly for decades. Even more disturbing, when the event was over, he discovered that digital clocks showed a 4-hour discrepancy. This wasn't imagination or fatigue. This was measurable time distortion. This isn't about creating panic, it's about awareness. As we see more reports of unexplained aerial phenomena, understanding this potential hazard becomes crucial. For pilots, drivers, and anyone operating vehicles, being aware of this possibility could mean the difference between life and death. If you experience unusual sluggishness or time discrepancies while operating any vehicle, don't panic. The best course of action is to slowly and carefully bring your vehicle to a complete stop if possible. Remember, this isn't about fear. It's about being prepared and informed about a scientifically plausible phenomenon that could affect your safety. Share this information with others who need to know. The more aware of this potential danger, the better equipped we'll be to handle it safely. Your life and the lives of others may depend on it. Listen carefully, because what I'm about to share could save your life,
Thank you, I
especially if you're
Future
someone
God.
who
Also, all full digital watches remain back 4 hours 35 minutes from gravity from UFO. Kindly all see Carlo Rovelli about time videos. and Carlo Rovelli. All by the book Einstein Dreams, Alan Lightman, MIT. The best one. All Charles Berlitz, Bermuda Triangle, Charles Berlitz without trashes. Also his videos for Bermuda Triangle, Charles Berlitz. And Donald Edward Kehoe, Major pilot about Donald Edward Kehoe, videos and book. The truth about aliens. Very good. Okay, now I put little in Spanish. Todos amigos, todos latinos americanos, un video Cronoteca Prohibita, YouTube. I show how to. Hello, amigos, todos amigos. Cronoteca Prohibita. Triángulo de las Bermudas, testimonio. Triángulo de las Bermudas, testimonio. No found. Cronoteca, we go Cronoteca Prohibita. Cronoteca Prohibita. Cronoteca Prohibita YouTube. Look, Cronoteca Prohibita. How to found. Go first, Cronoteca Prohibita.
Μήπως τελικά δεν είσαι για comfort zone και είσαι για growth zone, γίνε ασφαλιστικός διαμεσολαβητής.
Πριν από μερικούς μήνες, μια 68χρονη γυναίκα ήρθε στο ιατρείο μου.
Barcos y aviones pierden su orientación. Brújulas que se vuelven locas. No hay nadie en este mundo que no haya escuchado.
Cronoteca Prohibita YouTube, video Triángulo de las Bermudas, testimonio.
Barcos y aviones pierden su orientación. Brújulas que se vuelven locas. No hay nadie en este mundo que no haya escuchado sobre el Triángulo de las Bermudas o el Triángulo del Diablo, en el que desde 1900 hasta hoy en día han desaparecido más de 1000 barcos y aviones. Todos hemos escuchado sobre Colón y su diario, donde escribe sobre luces extrañas, sobre el barco Rosalí, el Mar Celeste, el Atlanta, el famoso vuelo 19. En noviembre del 1978, el barco griego POTHITI viajaba desde Cuba a Argelia transportando azúcar. Todo iba bien para la tripulación, hasta que el telegrafista griego Policarpos Penjas se da cuenta que...
En primer lugar, quiero saludar a los españoles, a los hispanohablantes de América Latina. Estábamos más o menos a 200 millas hacia el oeste de Las Palmas. Íbamos a Gran Canaria. Habíamos partido del puerto Cartagena, puerto Matanzas en Cuba, puerto Nuevitas. Habíamos cargado azúcar e íbamos como destino final a Argelia. Pero pararíamos en Gran Canaria para hacer compras, víveres para el barco. He dado al capitán unos telegramas para enviar a Las Palmas y uno para Tarragona, a donde íbamos a ir después. Íbamos a ir después de descargar en Argelia. Intento comunicarme con Madrid, que es EAD. Escuchaba a Madrid, en onda corta, en los 16 megaciclos, pero los escuchaba muy fuerte. Solo una línea. No podía distinguir los morses. No comprendía qué pasaba. Intentaba escuchar otra estación, otra que estaba cerca, de Holanda, o la Portensen de Inglaterra, y los escuchaba como si fuera una línea. Pensé, voy a girar para escuchar a América, pero nada, otra vez lo mismo. Pero ellos me escuchaban demasiado lento. Recuerdo que lo mismo pasó en el avión Star Tiger. Parecía que manejaba los morses como si aprendiera en aquel momento. También el vuelo 19, que tenía el código FT28. Hablaba tan lento hacia la torre de control que ellos pensaban que estaban agotados un poco antes de que desaparecieran, en 1945. Y lo del Star Tiger ocurrió el 30 de enero de 1948. Pues yo, desde la mañana, yo no pude entregar los telegramas, porque escuchaba muy rápido. A las 10:30 me llamó la atención el teniente del barco y me dijo que no corregía el cronómetro. No lo había corregido bien porque no calculaba bien las millas como debía. Salgo del puente del barco y veo que el barco iba muy rápido, rasgaba las aguas. Teníamos muy buen tiempo, no teníamos nubes y decíamos, ¿cómo vamos tan rápido? Si las millas marcan 10 o 11 como mucho. No podían determinar la posición geográfica y decían que era mi culpa, que no había corregido el cronómetro. Más tarde voy al cuarto de radio y allí donde me encontraba aparece el electricista. Eran las 15 y me dijo, Marconi, ¿qué está sucediendo? Tardé 2 horas en llegar hasta aquí desde el cuarto de máquinas. 2 horas. En aquella época teníamos relojes analógicos y todos estaban adelantados. Yo no di mucha importancia porque el cuerpo humano no comprende esta diferencia. Después del almuerzo, a eso de las 18 más o menos, estaba jugando al tabli con el cocinero y miraba hacia el mar, en dirección a Cuba. Allí vi una nube enorme. No le di importancia. No había más nubes. Pero después aparecieron otras 2, más pequeñas. Pequeñas como pelotas de fútbol. Se movían como si quisieran meterse dentro de la grande. Vi aquello y dije, ok, me voy al cuarto de radio. Después de las 18, más o menos que salí, llegué a las 20. Tardé 2 horas. Dije, también me está pasando como el electricista. Sintonicé la señal de Moscú, pero la escuchaba muy alto, con una velocidad rapidísima. A 1000 iban. Pero la hora coincidía con el reloj analógico. Esta señal la escuchaba tan rápido que pensaba que los soviéticos habían tomado mucho vodka y por eso estaban emitiendo a esa velocidad. Pero mi ojo fue de forma mecánica hacia el reloj analógico y la hora coincidía. El segundo lugarteniente empezaría su turno a las 20. Después, desde las 17 más o menos que salió del salón donde comíamos, y fue primero a lavarse sus dientes y luego a dormir un poco para estar preparado para su turno. Casi no había terminado de lavarlos cuando llegó un marinero y dijo, ¿qué estás haciendo? Son las 20 ya. Dice, ya. Si casi no me he lavado los dientes y pensaba irme a dormir. El tercer mecánico del barco. Los barcos se cargan con lastre. Coge agua de un depósito y lo mete en otro. Este procedimiento tardó también 2 horas. Puso en marcha la bomba, encendió un cigarrillo para fumar y se quemó los labios. Encendió otro y otra vez se quemó sus labios y lo tiró. Le llaman otros marineros. ¿Pero dónde estás? Nos estamos inundando. Cierra la bomba. Había pasado el tiempo tan rápido que no se dio cuenta. Al día siguiente nos reunimos a eso de las 12. Estábamos todos. El primer mecánico había dado trabajos a los demás y ninguno había hecho nada. Los que teníamos relojes analógicos estábamos afortunados, pero los que tenían relojes digitales, como el primer mecánico o sus esposas, porque algunos llevaban sus esposas en el barco, los habían comprado en Las Palmas, donde atracamos a la ida. Estos funcionan con baterías y cristal de cuarzo. No estuvieron funcionando durante más de 4 horas. He olvidado decirle una cosa importante, que a la noche, cuando fui a la radio y puse la señal de Moscú, hice un movimiento instantáneo y pasaron 3 minutos y medio. Parecía que me estaba quedando en el aire. Desde el barco enviaba mensajes a Madrid y no había pulsado las 3 letras EAD que significa Madrid, y habían pasado 17 segundos de reloj analógico, y en ese tiempo debería haber pulsado 23 veces. Fui rápido al puente del barco, porque comprendí que no podían mantener una ruta. Y digo, ¿qué ruta estás manteniendo, marinero? Nada. Digo, ponla ahora mismo en automático analógico, y tardamos mucho tiempo en programar la brújula. ¿No ha visto que las brújulas giran como locas? Nos esforzamos mucho para colocar la brújula. Lo pusimos en analógico antiguo, nada como los digitales que hay hoy en día, y aguantó, con bobinas y condensadores. Le pregunto al teniente que cuándo va a quitar el automático. Pero si no hace falta no lo saques, le dije. Me dijo, no lo voy a tocar. Le dije, algo está pasando. Ya que me dijo que sacaría el automático al día siguiente a las 10 de la mañana, fui a ver a los demás marineros. Y escucho que uno se estaba duchando. Y le dije, sal de la ducha y vete a la cama. Ahora mismo, no hagas nada más. Nos pilló el triángulo de las Bermudas. Nos quedaremos sin agua. Y de verdad fue así. Al día siguiente nos quedamos sin agua. Al día siguiente envié los telegramas, pero también envié la señal TTT, que es Navigation Warning. Lo envié ese otoño del 78 para proteger a los demás barcos. También otro barco envió un mensaje diciéndonos, os llamaba en VHF y no contestabais.
Muchas gracias, Cronoteca Prohibita. Todos latinos. Einstein Twin Paradox Gravitational Time Dilation. Thank you to all. All read the book Einstein Dreams, page 27. Very good book. See videos. Einstein Gravitational Time Dilation. Humans reflex reaction reduced very slowly. Einstein Gravitational Time Dilation, slow motion, videos in YouTube. Also see the Aliki in Wonderland many times. Thank you all English speakers, very Charles Berley's videos and book, Donald Edward here in Flight Objects, Leonard Stringfield, very good book. Carlo Rovelli, Italian, physics, and very good videos, Carlo Rovelli. And about time. Charles Burgess, read all books from, he has 3 books, and one other for Philadelphia Pyrammatic. And do not forget about UFO, YouTube, Christina Gomez speak to many UFO encounters schools, 1966 in Australia, 1991 in Zimbabwe, 1977 in Scotland, or Wallace School, many other cases. But in schools, not it's nothing. Not it's about time dilation. Also in Greece, not it's Sandorinis Pavlos. The best book, I saw one more, a very good book for Greece, Are We Alone? Karichi 1/4 Street, just €1.5. Very good book. From Christian Orthodox. Major Donald Edward Kiho, number 1. See and his videos. in pages 170, 171 for Sandorinis Pavlos. I continues in new video in Greeks. And many Greeks know English. All Siemens, all now finish high school, speak English and Greek. Listen, I have and my social and relate all social TikTok also Paul Sandorin. Follow me, Paul Sandorin TikTok. Inform all Siemens to avoid accidents and is dangerous also for aircrafts crashes without main day. Even volcanic eruption, gravity from UFO pull up magma. If Santorini volcano explosion, half Earth finish. Many pull up car. Also 1988 Australia did UFO attacked now less family. Car up. Drop it. One school there in United Kingdom, 1977, up 7 meters. School girls die in hospitals, UK. Many accidents, like from gravity UFO and from radiation of UFO. Anyway, UFO worked with Americans many years ago, but God does not speak. Thank you, brave men. English speak like Charles Perry, like Donald Edward Kehoe, and many others. Navy pilot, Descript 2004, Alexander Dietrich, very good speak. Tony X, police officer, United Kingdom. Book and video. Governments know, but not tell the truth to the people. Very clear. We need button, fast, slow speed for all receivers and transmitters. We need upgrade radars with cameras, many cameras, thermic cameras, and many cameras. Due frequency in gravity tends to lower is Einstein phenomenon, and go back later. Also, one global system to locate gravity differentials to lower or to higher, because not only time dilation and opposite time contraction. Thank you. English has all cases from UFO 1945, 1947, 1945 flight 19er, write books and televisions, very good. But explain hypnosis or lost times, just to explain is no good. Barney Benny Hill, Lost in Time, English speak, Lost in Time, hypnosis. Einstein, twin paradox in gravity, gravity use UFO to move, explain Plantier, France, pilot 1953. Analyze, very good, physics professor Sandorinis Pavlos. Kindly inform all and office from President Trump. Due my first language, Greek, I do not know very good about the internet. You speak English, first language, inform direct office of President Trump and other countries to know about, to avoid tragic accidents. Because nuclear weapons explosion, volcanic earthquakes, blackouts from heavy gravity from UFO. Of course, UFO work alien among us. Robert Bigelow, John Lear, allies are here and no friends. Canadian Minister. Paul Heller, explain all, and thank you, site X-File Greek, subtitles from Canadian Minister in Greek. Thank you very much. Elso Vasula, for Phil Snyder, all subtitles in Greek. Phil Snyder, you know, kill Phil Snyder, you battle underground. And now, from 2021, in United States Congress, speak about UFO, about aliens. 11 near misses, 2004 UFO with aircrafts, military aircrafts from Navy. Also, from last year, 2024, many multiply reports UFO in New Jersey, in Oregon, and other areas, from pilots to air traffic controllers. Sometimes traffic collision avoidance system aircraft with UFO. And informal due digital not work in gravity, work very slow in gravity. Thank you to all from Greek radio operator. I save my ship with autopilot 19 analogic 1978 autumn. Analogic autopilot made 1953. Same time in Australia, Frederic Valdez stuck with UFO over Victoria. Oil of aircraft Victor Hotel Delta Sierra Juliet Cessna 210 ahead from farmer in Victoria. But governments Australia not speak. Many governments not speak nothing. Japan government pilot 1986 from JAL report UFO over Alaska, never again fly. This is darkness, digital darkness today. Columbus, speak. I see many lights overseas, underseas, in sea, and compass return quickly. Of course, due gravity from UFO to move, lights was UFO. Lucianos explaining ancient Greece. From Bermuda Triangle, Lucianos to other planets. See history from Lucianos. See history from Greeks, Nefeli, Phrixos, and Delhi. See Vimanas. See Homeros. Many clowns with clowns UFO. Gods with cloud. Attention, you see, full digital today no work. If she gyro compass return quickly, your bodies go slowly. Twin paradox. Bodies go slowly. To understand that, read book Einstein Dreams, page 27, and all book. See the Aliki in Wonderland, and many videos or read about Einstein gravitational time dilation, slow motion, or Einstein twin paradox in gravity, humans reflex reaction reduced very slowly, dangerous. See my videos and all social, Marconis POTHITI, Facebook, Instagram, and Messenger. And Paul Sandorin, YouTube and TikTok, and kindly relate all. Because my work, radio operator, to inform all ships to avoid accidents like Titanic and avoid tragics. nuclear weapons explosion, volcanic eruption, earthquakes, and many others. Bye to all, good travels to Siemens, good flights to pilots. See you later today, December 17, year 2025. Bye from radio operator, save my ship 1978 motor vessel POTHITI. Kindly, the best my story by podcast by Nick Hunter, podcast UFO Chronicles, episodium 341. UFO Chronicles, podcast, the MV POTHITI, incident, episodium EP 341, to avoid and share to all to avoid accidents. Kindly inform governments, inform universities, inform Siemens, inform pilots. Thank you to all. Bye now. We continue one video in Greece.